Welcome to Dying to Know, where we open up about everything that comes with losing a loved one.
Because the only thing that's worse than death is not being able to talk about it.
We're your Bereavement Babes, Leah and Rachel, and today is the Mental Fashion Interview Recap.
So Leah, we're here today to kind of like recap what we got out of that episode, what Amethyst gave us from that episode, and also our little challenge, our Who Knew challenge, where Amethyst challenged us to, I guess, step outside our comfort zone a little bit, where Who Knew is one of her brother's lyrics, right? And
I think it was a song.
A song, yeah. Yeah. A lyric from a song.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
To kind of be like, who knew what was in your closet?
Yeah, so I think she wanted us to look in our closet, find an article of clothing of color.
Yes.
And then wear it for a week and figure out our question to ourselves after wearing it is who knew it would have brought this out of me? Who knew that I actually liked it or I disliked it, or just our emotions that came up from wearing that color. And clearly me and you chose the same color.
Yeah.
Seems to be this bright yellow. Yes.
I feel like for me, when just listening to the interview and then getting this little challenge at the end, and especially being summertime, I feel like I always just can go to my big baggy shirts or a darkish gray graphic tee. I feel like she spoke about how even just adding the touch of black to a color that darkens it still gives you that protective boundary. So I feel like I really wanted to challenge myself with being a little more brighter and out there, especially for summertime, which is what made me gravitate towards yellow. Or even I ended up wearing this to a barbecue, so I did yellow and light blue pants because I was all right, I'm gonna color block. I'm really gonna be bright.
Yeah.
Meeting new people that I haven't met before, and I felt like it was the challenge of trying to be a little bit more face forward with it. What about you?
I chose this color. Well, it's my mom's favorite color, and I recently got this top from a friend, and it's also a set, has matching shorts to it.
Oh, cute.
So I don't particularly I do wear button-ups, but I usually wear them open with something underneath. So I kind of switched this up during the week. I wore it to work. Just because it's a button-up too, it's professional. I guess it reads that way, the silhouette of it. So I wanted to wear it kind of closed up, well, just two buttons. I don't want to look too stuffy. And then also open with the full outfit on the weekend. So I felt like I was on Front Street because it's yellow.
Yeah.
And, having a darker complexion and showing brighter colors on it can read well too. So I felt a little bit more lighter and brighter. And like you said, it's the summertime right now.
Yeah.
So it felt good wearing this color.
Yes. And also just from Googling, because we are not Amethyst with the whole background in color theory, but with yellow comes optimism, energy, joy, happiness, and friendship.
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh, wow, look at us matching.
Oh, so it's being open to new people.
Yeah, and then, did I say intellect, creativity, happiness, and power of persuasion, which I also thought was interesting.
Power of persuasion?
Yes. There were some negatives where it did come with mental illness, which I thought was interesting.
Yellow? Yikes.
Which when you... I don't know if it's bad to say, but when you think about it, when you get the yellow grippy socks, if you go into
hospitals. But are they exclusively mental hospitals that do yellow grippies?
I don't know, but I do know different colors do mean different things. And that was also something that I thought was interesting coming out of her interview, where because I feel like she did mention that black is very tied to elegance, but the protection part of it, I was really surprised with. That when she's think about what your seatbelts are, think about when you're riding a roller coaster, what those buckles are, or car seats are typically black with maybe some trim of color.
Yeah.
Where I never coordinated or put two and two together that so much of the outside world is so much tied with what we're wearing and how much everything holds some type of energy, which I that really I feel resonated with me, where it's just everything really is so intentional.
Yeah, I have to piggyback on that. Color is everywhere. It's a part of life. Everything is a certain color. And I think off camera we spoke a little bit about hospitals, how usually basins in hospitals are pink.
Yeah.
And we talked about what pink resonates as and what that shows up as. And then we even talked about fast food chains, McDonald's is the golden arches, and red is usually speedy. And she was saying the blue in the Burger King logo is so you remember a lot of things that have blue in it for some reason. So I really was there is a psychology behind this. And I just think it's so dope that you see things every day and don't notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also with this challenge in our closet, I also wanted to look up what pink and green was because that's the Dying to Know logo. So pink means love, nurture, and compassion, which I think we do a good job here of like sharing that. Yeah. And then green can mean new beginnings, growth, vibrancy, rebirth, and renewal. So I feel like us sharing our grief, we're growing through what we go through.
Yeah.
And then we're also trying to create and nurture an environment that shows compassion. So I think we did a good job.
No, I think we did a good job. And also for like the viewers, where we got the pink and green from was a mixture of, I was like, Leah, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
What's my favorite color? So it's like, it was already like such a part of us, like ingrained to begin with, which is why like we went with those colors. Like, and I feel like it was a beautiful contrast when I put them two together because you were very specific about your green too.
Yeah, I like I like all shades of green.
I know, but I feel like I remember a few little back and forth about the shades of green. And I feel like we sent so many options of like our color scheme. So I feel like it's interesting to see like that contrast and the meanings behind it and what it actually did create altogether.
Yeah, I think I was also fearful of the AKAs coming after us because I know they do not play when it comes to their pink and green. I don't know what their exact Pantone colors are or if they have chosen Pantone colors, but I just did not. I ain't want no smoke. But outside of her color theory knowledge, I really enjoyed hearing about the story of her and her brother and how close their relationship was. And I know she had mentioned that because this was her older brother, he was like her security.
Yeah.
And I know we and you have shared, like, because of our dads, like, we feel like we're compromised in some way, like the head of security is missing.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it was a sibling and it wasn't, a parent, I really resonated with that portion of the conversation. Like, I know what that feels like. I could relate and empathize in that space with her as well.
No, I know, because I feel like that's a tiny thread that comes through so many of our episodes.
Yes.
It's just like we feel lost without our protectors. And it was just, I don't want to say it's refreshing because it's like we're talking about grief, but it was like nice to have this new story out there. And like everyone's story goes to show like everyone's story is so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just like hear different things that you're completely like not expecting, and you think if you've lost someone, there is some tie, and like you kind of understand where people are coming from, but not until you really sit down and dive a little deeper in a conversation are you going to learn everything about someone.
Yeah, it's important to add perspective. I know like for the last 2 seasons, it's just been me and you.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're a little reluctant to bring other people on just because it's nerves, you know what I mean? Like it's new for us. We're still new to this. But I agree with you. It's a conversation. It's people who are in the field as us or doing the same work as us and just seeing the different lanes and avenues that they have taken to deal with their grief, and then also not to be selfish. They're dealing personally with their own things, and they're also helping others, which is just a beautiful thing in itself. I think also too, hearing her speak about living just in her truth.
I know I
spoke about that.
Say that next. That was
the end of when we wrapped up the episode. But I really, really, I love that when I hear that from people, because we've seen people who have taken maladaptive behaviors and stayed within that path, whether it would be drug or alcohol abuse or anything. But to hear someone's story of grief, and it was a double, whammy in such a short amount of time to lose both siblings, but then to be in a place of, I like to say, like soberness, to really sit in it and go like, hey, I am who I am. I want to attract who I attract. I mean, even her resonating about the friendship, like heads were nodding in here about
like the ambiguous of like, you're going to lose friendships or how. And like, I was so grateful for her being so open and honest about what it felt like to like lose those friendships that she's like, I regret, or I don't know if it was regret that she used, but like how she felt losing friendships and just being so open and honest. And I think it was one of her last lines where she's like, you can like live in your awkwardness.
Yeah.
Where I feel like there are times where we finish an episode and we're like, what did we say?
Yeah.
Do we sound crazy? Like, are we just like living for me and you to talk to each other? So I feel like her saying like live in your awkwardness was such a reassurance and like a comfort that it's like, okay, we can sound a little weird or maybe not always get it right, but still it's okay because we're still doing it, and this is like what we want to do.
Exactly. Because sometimes I feel like I'm still faking it, you know what I mean? Sometimes. But then I also think like, are we all faking it? You know what I mean? Like the person that you think has the confidence and stuff, and it's like you really don't know what people's story are, what they're going through, and stuff is really not targeted towards you, so don't take it personal.
Yeah, no, I like really appreciated that sentiment towards the end where it's just like,
absolutely,
follow your interests, do what you want to like, and it's okay if no one else likes it.
Like you are who you are, and that's okay.
Yeah,
so that was beautiful.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great second interview.
Yeah, I believe so. I really hope that helped our listeners and viewers. I would love to have Amethyst back, as she is full of knowledge and just really great stories and experiences. So, and because it was a fashion episode, so I leaned into this.
And also, again, just out there, all the viewers, we connected with Amethyst through Instagram and got to know her. So it's just like, if you feel like you have a story to tell or something to share with us that you can bring to the podcast, feel free to reach out. This is how it's all happening, through small connections.
Yeah. And I encourage everyone to try the challenge. Like something in your closet that you haven't worn in a while.
A little like Instagram story with them.
Or like a TikTok.
Yours.
Yeah.
And you just show us your outfits.
Just show your drip. Yeah. I want to see what you wear and like what you put together and how that 100%. Makes you feel. Because it really does make a difference.
Okay, Leah. So you asked Amethyst if it was her last day, what she would want to wear, which we were both surprised that she chose athleisure. Yeah. And it's just like,
I'm going comfortable. No sneakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would your last day on Earth outfit be?
Whew, good question. I think I want to be in couture.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if like, I mean, it's my last day of life. I'm sure I could hit up Anna Wintour or somebody to like get in some archive or something. But like, I just want to be in something super flashy. Like, I don't know, like the McQueen armadillo heels and like maybe a Chanel suit. I would probably do outfit changes. I don't know if you know, like James Brown, he changed outfits for all his funerals. He had multiple funerals, and then his family made him change outfits.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking more like in your casket?
No, not in my casket. Okay. I'm just saying because a dead man could do that. If this is my last day on Earth, then I'm definitely having multiple outfit changes throughout the day. But I would be in something extravagant every time and probably in a couture piece.
Oh, okay. No, I'm assuming, like, if it's my last day and I feel like, we're saying if it was like around now that I knew it was going to be my last day, I think I would want to be alone, like in my house, and like the most beautiful, like expensive lingerie, like just like a little teddy. Yes. Okay. Like I just want to be comfortable in me and like free ball. Like like I feel like we have to be so concerned and how she was saying restricted all the time. Yeah. I just want to be in some beautiful ass lingerie.
No, I'm not getting corsets or anything.
No, no, like a silky, it's very loose.
No, I mean I would wear like corsets and stuff because I'm sure in the afterlife I'll be very comfortable, so like I want to go out all the way. Like,
no, I don't know if I would want to be that uncomfortable like in a couture or heels or anything, but I feel like some like expensive ass, like soft ass, like that would be me.
Give me an archive piece.
Today's
episode is dedicated to Bob Ross, who was full of colors. Again, we're your bereavement babes, Leah and Rachel, and we'll see you on the other side.